So in the last video you saw that I got the toilet installed and working. There's only one thing missing. The door. There's no door. Well, hey everybody, this is Bill with Live Simple Live Free. Yeah, the doors. In this video I will be installing the interior doors, especially on this bathroom, so that we can, well, you know. So I'm about ready to install the doors. This is the bathroom door, and something that's relatively new just within the past few years. This is what's called a split jamb door. It's already got the molding installed, which it costs slightly more than the doors without the moldings, but it saves so much time, it's unbelievable. And the door is mounted to one side, and then you can see right here it's a split jamb because this comes apart. So you mount this one side and then you just slide it together like that and nail in the other side, and it's done. It saves an awful lot of time. So I have the split jamb for this door separated, so I'm going to take the interior one and put it inside the bathroom. And then I take the exterior one. This is the one that has the door attached to it with the hinges, and I just set it right here in the opening. It's just as easy as that. Well, not quite. Now for right now, it's just sitting here in the door opening, and before I nail it in place, I need to make sure that it's square so that the door will open properly. And I do that by moving the top left or right. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's a big gap here and there's no gap here. This is touching. What I want to do is have the gap the same all the way around. So if I push the top to the left, what that does is move the door away from the jamb and put a bigger gap there, as you can see, and it reduces the size of this gap a little bit because basically I'm lifting this corner of the door. So now you see that it actually is the same, so I can go ahead and nail it like that. Now that gap is still a little smaller, so another thing I can do once I get it all attached, I can put a screw here in the hinge that'll pull the top a little bit closer to the left and open up that gap a little more and make it even. Okay, so I just went down to the bottom to work on there, and I pushed the bottom of the door that way a little bit, which actually raised this up and opened up this gap a little bit more. So now this gap is basically the same or close enough all the way around, and that's good to go, just like it is. So in the door opening underneath it here, I have about a ½ inch gap all the way around. And notice that I have the hinge side nailed now in place so that it's square at the top. And notice that this gap is too tight. So all I do is just push this out a little bit because I have room to spare. Want to get the gap the same. And of course, remember, this is where the latch goes, so I want to make sure there's just enough room there for the latch to work properly. And now down at the bottom, I also want to make sure that this jamb is pushed out so that there's enough, so that the gap is uniform all the way down. All right, so that nails the door in place temporarily, and it attaches the door jamb, or the case molding to the wall all the way around. So now you can see from the inside, I have this half mounted with the hinges, and the other side will slide into this slot. And of course, this is nailed on the case molding on the outside. I need to attach this as well. So I need to put some shims behind there to make sure that it's fully supported. Then I'm going to take a nail, put it in here, and nail this side to the wall. Now that's solid. And I'm going to do this for all three hinges. So I now have shims nailed in behind all three hinges down there, and also over here behind the door latch. Those are the main stress points, and those are the ones that need to be nailed in strongly. The rest of it doesn't really matter because it'll be nailed in here. So now I can install the inside half of the split jamb. All I do is just take this tab and push it into that slot in the split jamb. Very fast and easy. How's that? I love it. So now I'm also going to want to put a finishing nail right here into the shim behind this hinge, and that'll lock it all in solidly in place, and that's not going anywhere. Now I'll just countersink those with a nail punch and then fill it with putty. Oh, I also should have mentioned earlier, when I was setting this in place initially, getting the gap and all that, you want to make sure that the door is neutral. In other words, wherever you put it, it's going to stay there, like that. So you don't want it where it always swings open or it always swings closed. That's a pain when a door does that. This is neutral, it stays wherever I put it, which is great. The way you do that is to make sure that this jamb where the hinges are is completely level. If it's leaning to the one way or the other at the top, then the door will always swing open or always swing closed. The lock has to be on the inside. Perfect.
Ooh, that little vent cover looks beautiful, sweetheart. Okay, so I can keep the hand towels for the sink out there in here, and I like the toilet paper holder. And I have some nice light, the Real Natural Febreze, it's lavender. And just in case somebody ever needs it, there's like little wipes that are just gonna be available here. So, I love it, hun. This is awesome, thank you. I'll put some extra rolls of toilet paper on the shelf.
Moving in.
Yes, yes, yes. I really want to make it as comfortable and useful in here as I possibly can. The shelf is great. I got a little, toilet bowl brush right down there, and I got a little trash can for this bathroom.
Now, notice there is no sink in here, and when we initially showed the floor plan, when we started this a year and a half ago, there were a lot of people that really questioned that. Well, there's no sink in here, but the sink is right there.
Yes. And look at the kind of handle we have on the door. If somebody really needs to, you just bump that with your wrist, and you can open it.
It's really no different than a public restroom where you're in a stall which doesn't have a sink. You come out of the stall to the sink to wash your hands. It's the same thing.
And I've got little wipes in there if somebody really wants to wipe before they come out
But
their hands.
This is actually much more useful than a little bathroom sink because it's a utility tub where we can wash all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, this is going to be useful right here by the washing machine, as well as being a nice sink to have for the little bathroom. My skin is so fragile. I'm going to put just the hand soap there, but Dove hurts me the least. Dove always feels the best, so I'm putting some Dove out there.
I'm also going to cover both of these walls, just like I did in the kitchen, with sheets of stainless steel to protect the wall from water splashing up.
And then we're going to have a thing to hang a towel on. So I'll be bringing these towels out whenever I need them, and we'll have a thing to hang the towel on. So, yep, I like it.
Well, the door opening is too short. I had the same thing on the other one. That's because the rough opening should be 6 feet 10, and then the door is 6 feet 8, so it's like by the time the top of the jamb is 6 feet 9, and that gives you an inch to spare. So when I did the framing, I measured from the floor up 6 feet 10, but I forgot that I put in another layer of plywood on the floor, and then the flooring on top of it, which raised the bottom up, which means that I have to take about a ½ inch off the bottom of this in order to get it to fit. Over there I had to do the same thing. I had to trim some off of the bottom of the door to get it to fit into the opening. It's unfortunate that I didn't anticipate the second layer of plywood when I did the framing for this door. So this right here is how much I have to cut off, and you can see that there's still enough room here from the bottom of the door that I do not have to cut off the bottom of the door. All right, so I got the bottom of the door jamb cut off. Let's see how it fits now. Yepper, goes right in.
This isn't a bathroom, I spread out for you.
So once again, I have to make sure the gap is the same all the way around. I do that by moving the top right or left. Here we go. Closet's all done. Closet door. Well, door. We got both of the deers in.
Rewind.
Well, dear, we got both of the doors in.
I know. This is just looking like more like it's supposed to all the time.
Yep.
The one in the bathroom is awesome and works really well.
She's got the, we've got the towel and a mirror that she wanted there, so.
Yep, got this all hanging up nicely, and I've got towels, more towels on the shelf in the bathroom, and I got my mirror up.
I still need to put the metal on the wall to protect it. So.
Yeah. And then this is going to be like our very like good functional closet. We're going to put a shelf up here on the top and probably something that will partition it. And on one side, I want to make sure that I measure to have plenty of room for mop, vacuum cleaner, all of that cleaning stuff. That it'll have plenty of room. And then on the other side of the partition, we'll be all set up for like a winter coats. It'll be a coat place, maybe boots, wet boots, or something like that. We aren't here a whole lot in the winter, but sometimes we will be in cold weather.
Yeah.
And then the shelf up on top will be for anything I need to keep up there to keep it all handy. So I'm thrilled.
There's not going to be a huge amount of closet space hanging for coats, but right now, this is very convenient to the outside door, which is right there.
Yeah.
Right now, we have to take our coats all the way into the back bedroom, so it'll be very handy to just come in here and have a place to hang, 2 or 3 coats.
Right. Even if it's just like light coats, it'll be very handy.
Raincoats, whatever.
Yep. And then, like I said, all my basic cleaning stuff will be in here, like just a good utility closet. So I'm thrilled. And so I think that's going to work out really, really well. I like the fact that the bathroom door, it doesn't swing open or swing closed, it just stays. And that way, if we want to just kind of keep it open to keep AC going in there, or eventually maybe heat or whatever, it'll do it.
Right.
So.
And this room is pretty much coming together. Well, I still got a fair amount of work to do in the kitchen, because this is a kitchen renovation as well. But in this room, the only thing left is the windows, the trim around the windows and around the doors.
And baseboard.
Yeah, well, the trim, interior trim.
Interior trim, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be in the next video. And then I'll be able to get the final inspection on this. The kitchen renovation in the other room doesn't need to be inspected, so I can concentrate on getting the inspection done here, and then I can work in there.
The floor is going to match this room. The wall is going to match. The wall color is going to be the same kind of silvery, nebulous white. Is that what they call it? And he's always going to put up a thing to hang the mugs on, and some beautiful crown molding. There's just stuff like that.
Right.
But anyway, no, this room is becoming not only, I'm so thrilled, but it's becoming very functional now.
Right.
And that's great.
So, thanks for watching.
Yeah, live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Yeah, we love you guys, and we'll keep sharing, and we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.